Hi there, Sue Stapp again, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in North Carolina. And I have to show you what I've been creating. I went a little crazy on my pre-order for the Christmas holiday catalog. But I've been making good use of everything, and that's what matters, is being able to use my craft supplies. This is our catalog that you may have received in the mail already if you're one of my regular customers. If not, and you'd like to receive one, leave me a message and I'll send one out to you. And I'd like to earn your business as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So what I'm going to show you today, it's just kind of a run through on some of the different stamp sets and some of the cards that I've made with them. Now I get my ideas from a variety of sources. Stampin' Up! Has a great website, but then I kind of go from there and I go out on the internet and check all over. So the first one, and this one I've most recently been playing with, and it's called Painted Harvest. And it is a two-step stamp. For those of you who aren't familiar with that, there's two different stamps that you put one on top of the other, and it creates a layering look. It has it for the wreath, and it has it for the leaves, and also these leaves. So it really does make a great accent for a card. So I'm going to show you what they actually look like. And this one I like to try and use different colors, not just always sunflowers, although you'll see some sunflowers here too. This is one I did with the purples, and this is a Wisteria Wonder and Elegant Eggplant. And I've stamped off on the stamp sets, and I've used crumb cake for the centers of the sunflowers. Now there's a traditional one. This is the yellow. And I used Daffodil Delight and Dijon Delight, is that what it is too? Anyway, so, and I have the base of the card here is our Whisper White, and I have on here our Soft Suede cardstock. The message on here says, your kindness means so much more than you will ever know. And isn't that nice sentiment to send to someone who's been very kind and special in your life? I thought it was wonderful. Here's one that I did, and this is using an embossing folder, and it's our Perfect Petals. I think that's the name of it. And I'd used the die cut for the butterfly. These are both in earlier catalogs, but still available. And then here's the flowers that I did with this one. And this I just did the two-tone with the golden brown, or Daffodil Delight and Dijon. This one I used the crumb cake on this also. I just stamped off before I stamped it on there. And this is one of our new punches that I have, and it has a great label punch. And it says, just for you. Now, just for you comes from one of our other stamp sets. And if I was a little better organized, I could tell you which one. But I'm learning. Stick with me. This is a pretty one, I thought. This is using, without stamping off those colors of the Wisteria Wonder and the Elegant Eggplant. And you can see it's a much bolder look, but boy, those colors really are great. And it creates almost a watercolor look. And that's the intent of this stamp set, is to do that. I use the stitched shape framelits to do the oval here. And I put in happy birthdays to use this as a birthday card. Now here's another birthday card I did with the purple. I just did the one flower on it though. And I just wanted a center focal and a lot less, I don't want to say messy, but a lot less information on one card. So, and the dots here are part of the same stamp set. And I just randomly placed this on both the interior part here and the exterior part of the card. So again, beautiful purple. Now this has been one of the favorites. I've been asking some of my workshop members which ones they prefer, because I want to do one of these at the next workshop, but I don't know which one. It's so hard to choose. So this one is a blue, and I used, I stamped off the Dapper Denim and used it full force for the darker effect. And it says, I'm thankful for you. That's also in the Dapper Denim. And the brown on here is actually Tip Top Taupe. No, it's not. It's soft suede. I get those confused. Tip Top Taupe isn't available any longer, but it was one of my favorite colors. And this is a small note card that I made, again, using the yellow, and I think that is just a nice little card to send to somebody or to attach to a gift. Okay, so that's that stamp set. Now this one here, I've only made one card so far. It's called Santa's Suit, and it has all these cute little things that you can stamp out. And I stamped it on a card, and it says, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night." And my thinking here was that Santa's done making his rounds and he's ready to go to bed. Hung up his clothes and is heading for bed. So that's what I was thinking of when I saw that, put that card together. Here's another one. This is called Christmas Happiness. And again, the 2-layer stamping. And I did the pine cones here. I did the large and the medium. And I used the stamp for the evergreen pine needles. And that one I have put up on dimensionals. And you can see how the dimensionals raise the card, raise the item off the card. And this is some of the paper from our quilting 6x6 stack. So that's that one. You'll see more of those. And this next one, I just love. It has great versatility. Peace on Earth and Deck the Halls. Well, Peace on Earth, I took an idea from Dawn Griffith, and I've done this one, Peace on Earth, and this has a special opening mechanism. It lifts up this way, and I put the trees on the inside also. So I will write a sentiment on there or use one of the stamps that I have, but I also put a little bit of I used our fine tip glue and sprinkled some of the dazzling diamonds on it. Same way with the words here, Peace on Earth. So it gives a nice, I don't know if you can see that, a nice little glisten. That's one. Now there's several of these, so bear with me. This is one that is using the Deck the Halls. Now they have these hanging ornaments, and I put those along the top. And this cute frame here is actually a die cut. Now if you buy this as a bundle, you'll receive the dies and the stamp set. So you have the stamps. I'll show you all of the dies in just a second because they really are versatile. And then this is using the Peace on Earth, and I did this in a 2-tone in the Old Olive and our Perfect Plum. And this is a layered one I cut out from, again, using the dies, the framelets, thinlets that are with this set. These stars are all cut out, and the purple is the paper that's shown behind it. So I didn't stamp it purple, it's actually layered on there. So that one's really pretty. And then if you're into gold, I've done all gold Christmas cards before, and I think they're so elegant. This is one that I put together with this set, and it says Peace on Earth. Now I heat embossed the Peace on Earth in our gold embossing powder, put it on white cardstock and our foil back cardstock. So I also have a little deer on here, and he's part of the set. He comes as a die. And so that's that one. And then I used, this has one of the dies is this star and moon up here. And again, it's layered behind the paper. It creates that shadow effect. And it's done on smoky slate and dapper denim. And white. Brain cramp with a small ribbon across there. The piece on this is actually from our quilt set, and I'll show you that in just a minute. But now that I've showed you those, I want to show you those cool dies. This is our stamps. And that's what they look like. These are called clear mount because you mount these on a clear acrylic block. The stamps themselves aren't clear. The clear ones are called photopolymer. So this is in here. I keep those in there just so I know whenever I'm done stamping if I got all of them. And part of the bundle is this card front builder. And you can see there's 11 pieces in this one. These are the stars that I showed you on that purple and green card here with the purple background. And that's just on each corner. I did this one, and there's 2 of them. So you just run it through once each way, and then you do it on the bottom. So that created that. And this is that cool border. And doesn't that make a great border? You could use this any time of year. It's certainly not limited to Christmas. But this creates, you put it on one side and you put it on the other. The little dots here match up, so it's easy to make sure you're getting it straight. It's a real easy one to use. I love it. And it has the ornaments that we can stamp out and also run through the die machine. There's that little deer that's in the forest. And then here are the pine trees. And those you have 2 on one and the other one is individual. So what I did was I layered them on my card. I put the 2 on bottom and then I put some single ones on top. Now the one that had the stars and the moon on the top, that was using this Thinlit. And again, you can see where the Thinlit, how that cuts into the paper and creates that beautiful effect. Now that was this one. And I used that here at the top. Pretty cool, huh? So you get 11 of the dies and you get your stamp set in that bundle if you choose to do that. Now, of course, you can always buy them separate. You don't have to buy both together, but it is a great deal and you save that 10%. And I know I like saving money and I think my customers do too. Okay, this is one I did, and this one I made using the sheet music stamp that we have in our annual catalog. But I thought it was so pretty, and I put the gold thread on there. Used the scallop oval scallop oval dies, and some little sequins to accent it. These are from our card paper stack from last year from the holiday stack. And I love to use everything that I have, so you may see some things on here that are retired or that I've used from trying to use up my stash so I can buy more. Okay, this is called Iconic Christmas, and this is pretty cool. It's actually 3 layers, the stamps are. And you have 1, and then you have 2 and 3, and you can layer different colors individually. What I did was I did 2 different ones. I did one and I colored it in on the base, and then I did another one I cut out on top, and I used the framelit to cut it out. Now that cuts out some of the items that I colored in, but not all of them. But it gives you a great look for that too. Now that's going in here. There's a couple other things. This is another one that'd be great for tags. And yes, I am doing my tags, bags, and boxes workshop again this year. So if you're interested in that, watch for more news on that. And then this is the other one I used with that. And I kind of went a little non-traditional on this one. I did a pink background, or powder pink, and I used the some of my snow that I had in my stash, and that made a little shaker card. So it's got all kinds of little pretty glistening things in it that move around. So that is called Ornamental Christmas Framelets and Iconic Christmas Stamp Set. It even has that cute little bottom for the trunk of the tree. I think of everything. Okay, this set is called Christmas Quilt. Now this can also be purchased as a bundle, and it has some pretty cool stuff. Of course it does. It's from Stampin' Up! I've made 3 cards so far, but my mind is going 240 on this one. Now these are all inlaid pieces that cut out, and what I did was I cut those out using the framelets here. And I always keep my scraps so I can use them on another card. But you can see that's what cut out that cool shape. And then I used I did it 3 times, and I used 3 different pieces of paper, and then I just kind of intermixed them. Now some of the other things that are in here is this flower cutout, and I have a couple of those. This one I did with, there's a stamp with that in the middle, and I did that layering. These are some of the other ones. And the colors on these are Pool Party, Old Olive, and Real Red. So we got those all there. And this is what the stamp set looks like. And you can color these in. There's individual ones that you can stamp in different colors or patterns. I do like the saying on this, and you can tell I've used it. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. And this, again, is where I got that piece from, just the word piece to put on top of that one white and blue card. So that's pretty cool. And these are the cards I've made with it. The one I mentioned. This is another one. And now these two, this is the new ribbon punch that we have, and I like using that. This card and the next one, there is also a embossing folder that you can purchase to go along with this set. And I just love the way it looks. Can you see all that texture on there? And I did it both inverted and exverted. This is traditional red and green. And I love these quilting cards. My mother used to quilt, and she passed, 5 years ago now. And I miss her still, especially around the holidays, because she loved to decorate and celebrate with family at Christmas time. But, so the quilting aspect of it has a special place in my heart, and I enjoyed making those. Now, to go along with the quilting, there is a paper stack, and you can see some of the variety of beautiful paper that's in here. That was one I used on one of the cards. There's some gingham, some striped, some cute little stars, and again, this quilt pattern. There's just so many different things on here. And this is another one. It has the multicolored. It almost looks like a pastel. So that's very pretty. So this is called a 6-inch paper stack, and that's available in the new catalog September 1st. Oh, and here is our embossing folder. Now this is what it looks like when you see it in the folder, in the printout that they give, and that's glossy, so you may have a hard time with that. So the folder itself, you know, as I mentioned, I did one this way and one this way, so you can get a look 2 different ways. But isn't that pretty? Looks like the old wedding ring quilt, I think my mom used to call them. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you. There's some cute ribbon. Look at that with the stitching on it. Isn't that cute? Very, very cute. There's also some other great things in the Christmas catalog or holiday catalog that I hope you've had a chance to look at. And if not, if you don't have your catalog yet, by all means, get a hold of me and I'll get one out to you, either by foot, car, or mail, depending on where you're located at. So I hope you enjoy this. There are some sets that I haven't had a chance to use yet, so stay tuned for these. And this is one that is Graveyard Gate, so that'll be a Halloween scenes. And this is the one that has that really cool thinlet that's a gate. Isn't that the neatest thing? I can't wait to do that. Haven't even started using the stamps or cut them out or anything. This is another one that's called Season to Sparkle, and it has a great big old chandelier. And yes, there is also a thinlet to match that. And look how big that is. I mean, you can cover most of your card with that. So that would be really cool. I've got some great ideas for that using some crystal rhinestones. And this is one that's the Merry Little Labels, and the new punch is actually the size of this label, but all of these will fit on it. And special delivery from the North Pole, Eat, Drink, and Be Merry, Just for You, Let It Snow, No Peeking, and then the traditional to and from, or for and from. Isn't that cute? I like that little snowy scene there. I think that's pretty cool. And this is one that I started playing with, but I haven't put the card together yet. It's called Good Tidings. And again, it's one of those layered stamps, and it's a hollies with the berries. And good tidings of great joy. I think that is just a really nice saying. It's going to be hard to choose. I might just do an assortment of Christmas cards this year and send everyone out different ones. Don't have to be traditional and do the same thing. This one's called Ready for Christmas, and it has the cute staircase, the Christmas tree, the little table. One of the demonstrators on the Facebook page I noticed today had set this up in her foyer, to make it look like the actual scene. So really cute stuff in there. Little doggy, like he's peeking up on the table. Very cute. Got to get busy on that. And this is one that's called Half Full. Now, I have several friends who drink wine, and I usually gift some during the holidays. So this will make some cute cards to go along with that. And it has some great sayings. You have until Friday before you can see all of these things on the website, unless you have a catalog. So if you don't have it, please check it out on Friday. My site is suestapp.stampinup.net, and I hope you check it out. I hope you enjoyed this video and a sneak peek at some of my Christmas cards. And if you could please give me a thumbs up on this one. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe so you get updates whenever I post new videos. Thanks for joining me today. Happy stamping!